Okay guys, so the testing has begun. Today is 5 days post my 5-day transfer, which is basically like 10 DPO. And all the tests right now are negative. So it's still super early. Well, I won't say super early. It's still early. So I'm going to try to not be discouraged, but I was praying really hard that I would have like a awesome first time I really test, expecting to see a positive and see a positive, but that doesn't seem to be the case. These are, the two little ones are from the dollar store. One is a very quick and the other is an Assure. The pink one is the Assure. The white one is the very quick. And you can see that they are negative. And of course the first response, early results. So as always, I always swear I think I see a line, but it's now been officially 2 years of me doing this, so I think I know where the test line is on every single test out there. So it's very easy for me to develop line eyes. But we will see what happens tomorrow. 6 days post transfer. Hey guys, it is 6 days post 5-day transfer, which is about the equivalent of 11 DPO, days post ovulation, and the tests are still negative. It's about 11:50 at night. I'm about to go to bed. I did test earlier today and it was negative and I got really upset. But I know it's still early, and so, you know, calm down. And I'm just going to be hopeful that maybe there'll be a line tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hang in there with me as I keep testing. Okay guys, so it is technically now 8 days post transfer because it is like midnight when I did this test. And the first results, early response, it's basically negative. Like I said so many times before, I always feel like I can see a line, but then later I think it's the test line. But this dollar store one, I don't think it's stark white. I don't want to go so far as to say that I see a line, but I definitely see, I don't know how to say it, like a discoloration where the test line should be that wasn't there on the earlier test. And so I'm hoping that's the beginnings of like a faint positive. I'm going to show you guys what I did earlier. So I just tested earlier. I tested this morning and then this evening as well. So this evening around 7, which was 7 days post transfer at 7 in the evening, I did this dollar store test, and I could have swore I saw like a faint line, but I wasn't sure, so I decided to crack it open, which is what you're not supposed to do. So, you know, don't do this at home. But I think there's like a very faint line there. So, you know, we'll see if that's for real or not. Tomorrow I have one more of these pink ones, so I figured I'd wait and use it tomorrow to have more time to compare it to this one. And then I cracked open one from this morning that was the same kind, and I did not see the faint line. I don't know, I think you can even see it on the video. The one on the top is from the evening. But anyway, it's dried now, so another reason why I'm not sure about it. So testing continues, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, which will be 8 days post-transfer, like officially. So stay tuned. I'm crossing my fingers, guys. I'm staying prayerful. Okay, guys, today is 9 days post-transfer. And the tests are still coming up negative. I know the last video I thought I saw a little something in the dollar store test, but I don't know. I think my vision must be just excellent that I can see the test lines in these tests even when they're not positive. So I am feeling pretty discouraged. I had spoke to my nurse on 7 days post-transfer. She called to check on me. I told her I had already been testing. And she was saying, oh, I tested too early and, you know, to wait at least a couple more days. So that's today. And still negative. I was explaining to her that it's pretty hard to not, you know, want to test when, you know, I'm in so, you know, an online community for single mothers by choice. And there I see women posting 4 and 5 days post-transfer getting positives, you know, pretty regularly. So it's kind of hard to want to wait. And she felt like those women were not the norm. So I don't really know. But I do know that these tests are not looking good at all. So I think I might, I think this is going to be my last day recording the testing, unless I test later and something miraculous happens and I get a second line. Because beta is not until 13 days post-transfer. So still basically 4 more days away. So I don't want the video to, you know, extend too long, especially when it doesn't seem like it's going to be good news. So I will let you guys know the beta results. And as always, I appreciate you all for following along on this journey. At the time that I'm going through this, I've actually just published a video saying that my fresh transfer was negative, and you guys have been awesome with words of encouragement and support. Just sucks that this one appears to be negative too. So, I mean, on the bright side, I have 3 embryos remaining, but I am feeling a bit, I guess, confused as to why it's not working and what my next steps should be. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll finish this video up with the beta results. So that'll be a few days for me and a few seconds for you guys. Keep watching. Hey guys, so I just left the doctor's office from doing the beta, the blood work to determine the pregnancy test. So all the home tests still were coming up negative, so I am not very optimistic. I asked the phlebotomist, the person who draws your blood, how often do they get people who test negative at home, have positive betas? And she said, well, when did you test? I said, this morning. And so she kind of like made a little face, like kind of like a half sympathetic smile. And she said, well, it could just be low. So she said, but it does happen. So who knows? We'll see. I will definitely let you guys know at the end of the video if the beta was positive or negative. But I did ask her another question. So I have the opportunity to go to Cuba with a group called the Phoenix Chronicles, and I'll post a link to her site as well. It is a site that offers support for, I believe, female veterans, but it could be all veterans, I'm not sure. And they are having a trip to Cuba, so I have an opportunity to go to Cuba, and Cuba is like, it's had some Zika outbreaks, I guess, but it's not like the worst category. So there's 3 categories if you go to the CDC website, and it's the 2nd category. So if the test is positive, I'm definitely not going, but if it's negative, I think I'm going to go. So I was just asking what their policy was, and so she said the policy was they would test as soon as I got back, and then they would test me again in 8 weeks, and if both tests were negative, I could get started again. So that's a long wait, but maybe I need a break, so I'm not sure. I'm going to think about it. I'll probably do a whole nother video about if I should go to Cuba. But anyway, those are 2 questions I asked this morning at beta, and thanks for watching, those who made it to the end of the video. And as always, I will update if the test was positive or negative. If the test was positive, you will see my shining face telling you guys that I'm pregnant. If the test is not positive, I'll probably just you know, insert a little text slide saying not pregnant. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your support, the baby dust, the prayers, all of that, and we'll let you know what happens. Bye.